Hello everyone and welcome to the video. We're going to try and produce a few little videos for you while we're in lockdown, and if you'd like to be kept informed of what's going on at the centre, I'll include a few links in the video description below, but also follow us on social media. I've included a few handles on screen, so try and track us down there. Now, what we're going to talk about today is tennis rackets and basically what you look for. I'm going to speak mainly as a player who's a beginner player. So, what would I want from a racket as a beginner player? Now, when you're picking a frame as a beginner, you want to consider three major factors. And the fourth one is a little bit more tricky, so I think that'll be another video we'll do. But the first one is weight. Now, players who are learning want to develop a bit of technique, and they want to be able to control the racket more easily. Picking a super heavy racket will not help you. So the best thing to do when you're picking a racket for the first time is to think about what weight can I handle. It's going to vary between men and ladies and juniors quite dramatically, so it's what's comfortable for you. But generally, weights of a tennis racket will start from anywhere around about 250 grams, and as a beginner player I wouldn't want to go much ahead of 300 grams because then you start going into advanced frames. But again, it's going to vary between gender, it's going to vary depending on age, and the best thing I can suggest for you is pick a weight which is comfortable for you to use. You can always progress on, and as your technique gets better, start moving towards heavier frames, but to start with, go with something which is comfortable to swing, comfortable to handle, and don't be encouraged to go too heavy too soon. Now the second area is head size, and as a beginner player you're looking at two head sizes. I would recommend either an oversize, which can be sort of around about 110 square inches, or a mid-size of 100 square inches. Now there will be a few which lay in between. You may find one which is 105. Again, it's just in between the two frames. So what does that head size mean as a player? Basically, the bigger the head size, the more forgiving the racket will be at the start. You'll generate probably a little bit more power. It'll be a little bit more forgiving on off-center hits than a mid-size frame. So as a beginner player, oversized rackets are nice and easy to play with. Mid-size frames, as we go down, again the head size has shrunken a little bit, so generally speaking it's a little bit less power, a little bit more control in those frames, but they are still easy enough to use as a beginner player. Now again, it's with lightweight, it's go with what's comfortable for you. I know players who've been playing for years who like their oversized frames. I know I like beginner players who like mid-size frames. So again, it's a bit of personal preference, but as a rough guide, if you're looking for a racket which is a bit more forgiving to start with, maybe look towards an oversized frame. But if you've been playing for a while, then you may want to go to a mid-size frame. So if you've got a chance, try one out if you can, but bear that in mind. Now the last area to consider is the string pattern, and this basically just says how many strings are in that racket. If you look at a string pattern, you'll see you might come across 16 by 19, 18 by 20, or modern strings or modern spin frames, they're reducing the number of strings all the time. Now, as a beginner player, I would advise avoiding the 18 by 20 because this sort of pattern is designed for control. If you're trying to generate spin and you're trying to work on technique, it's not going to help you. As a control racket, you'll probably end up trying to hit the ball too hard, and that ball is not going to get the same revolutions as a racket which has fewer strings in. So mainly I would suggest a 16 by 19, or if you want to go a bit further, even the modern frames, maybe go with a spin frame which has even fewer than 16 by 19. So basically we may do another video on spin rackets and string patterns, because it is an area of the game which not many people know about, but we'll save that for another day. And I'll just do a quick mention that fourth thing is grip size. Again, it becomes a little bit tricky in terms of that. There are a lot of things that go into grip sizes, so I'm not going to go into that video today. But yeah, if you've got any questions about those three areas, weight, head size and string pattern, and you'd like to know more information, feel free to contact me. You can leave a description or question in the comment section below, and basically we will get back to you and do a video for you. But we hope you're all staying well. Keep up to date with all our videos coming up by following us on social media, and well, for now we hope you stay well, and we'll see you soon.